Hey, what's good, heavy hitters? So, I released P today. I think he's got a really interesting story. Killing somebody over a bag of weed or some pride or some issues. He got very fortunate to have a second chance out here, and I hope he uses it to better himself and maybe his surroundings, his people. He's got a mom that loves him. He came out to things that were not everybody has. So I'm going to do a quick reading for you today. Anyway, right or left? Right? Okay. Carry me. We believe that our higher power will take care of us. Basic text, page 58. We all have times when it seems as though our lives are falling apart. There are days or even weeks when it seems that everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Whether it is the loss of a job, the death of a loved one, or the end of a relationship, we doubt that we will survive the changes taking place in our lives. It's during these times when the world is crashing down around our ears that we find our greatest faith in the loving higher power. No human being could relieve our suffering. We know that only God's care can provide the comfort we seek. We feel broken, but we go on, knowing that our lives will be repaired. As we progress in our recovery and our faith in a higher power grows, we are sure to greet the difficult times with a sense of hope. Despite the pain we may be in, we need not despair, for we know that our higher power is going to carry us through when we can't walk on our own. Just for today, I will rely on the God of my understanding's care through the painful times, knowing that my higher power will always be there. Well, I didn't really know that it was going to go into a God thing, which it's all right. Not everybody's got a God in their life, and that's part of the problem, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, one man's opinion. Yesterday, I woke up, it was raining, it was gray, it was dark, it was sort of depressing, and it took me back to a northern penitentiary, where I didn't get to go outside. I'd be looking out a little window this big, and just sitting there watching the rain come down and be depressed. And what I had to cuddle up with back then was a PIA pillow or, a county blanket, a state blanket, whatever. I wasn't really in a good mood. And it started to affect my household, the way I was behaving, And I had to recenter myself. So, what wasn't there to be in a good mood about? I have a beautiful woman I could cuddle up with in the rain, open the window, hear the rain, and make new memories in my mind. That's what it was all about, And as soon as I flipped my attitude and started seeing the things that I'm grateful for, if you're not think you have nothing to be grateful for, go down to a cemetery and look at all the people that don't get to do what we get to do every day. It's just how it is. There's a meme I seen that I just love. I'm going to try and find it and see if I can share it with you. So, right here. It's called Focus. F stands for follow. O, 1, C, course. U, until. S, success. Right? Focus. Man, that's what we got to focus on. A lot of us come out of the institutions and we play the poor me role. I can't get a job because I'm a convict. I hate having to explain this case. Let me tell you, man, if you go after something, you're going to get it. If you go after it diligently, you're going to get it. It's just that simple. Like 33, I got into 33. It's taken me over a year and like 6 months to get in there, and I've only worked one day for them, and I call every single night at 5 o'clock just to get my name put on a list. So, diligence, man, follow through. So not all of us have it, but guess what? That time's going to pass anyway. All the time's going to pass, and if you're not trudging forward to do something, because I've been contemplating going back to college for editing and all this other stuff, and I'm like, you know what? The time's going to pass anyway, so I'm going to go down tomorrow, and I'm going to get the classes, and I'm going to lay out a plan, lay out goals. Goals are essential for people like us. Just sitting around doing nothing, that's what we'll get out of the deal, sitting around doing nothing, interviewing with all these people that have been to the institutions that I've been to, that we discussed and whatnot. You notice everybody's trying to push forward. They're not trying to go back where they've been. You want to live with the worst of the worst? That's what it is. You think you're a badass? Go to the pen. It's real simple. You'll educate yourself on all that they do. You know what I mean? I used to call it the Department of Connections, because you'd hook up with everybody, and then, like, especially in the feds, where they're making big money, they're making big money moves. You'd hear everybody's cooking dope, and everybody that's doing ATMs and all this shit. So you could make all the connections you wanted there in different, cities and whatnot, counties, everything, and hook up when you got out. And I would hear about those tales, and guess where I'd hear them from? Right back in the prison system where they returned. You know how many people I seen return just during my stay? Same guys coming back. It seems like YouTube's having a little problem right now. I didn't want to do a live feed right now, which I was trying to do with you because I'm not feeling all that great. I don't know when I'm going to post next. It's touching all these handles, the doors around here, the elevator buttons, and all these kids are sick, and I seem to be susceptible to it now that I don't use drugs. I get sick like normal people. And it is what it is. I just have to deal with it. We got the ever-loving Aleve, Motrins. I got all that stuff going on, a little rice pudding and some yogurt. But, and I don't really celebrate Christmas, but I got a grandchild who wants Christmas presents. He's not a heathen. He doesn't follow my religion, so he's expecting Christmas presents. And so is Miss Harriet. I really am. I don't want to commit to the bed until I'm able to get her. I want to get her like an older Honda Accord that's got fair mileage on it, so that I know that she's in a dependable car. The car she's in now, I worry about her every time she goes out, and I just want to start setting aside for that. I really ask Odin every day to please allow me some work. Just please allow me some work, because I don't know if you guys know how this started with the bed. The bed originally started with, I was doing it halves with somebody. So I've been doing it for 17 months now. I committed to a year, and he dropped out after about 8 or 9 months, and I had a commitment. So I was working, and actually I was doing real hard work, concrete work, and it sucked. And I was tying steel and doing all this and making decent money, so I was still able to pay the bed and pay my own rent. And that's what I did. I acted like it was an automatic note. And then the YouTube channel came along, and I told Magic, this is what I want to do. I want to start putting money towards this, and maybe eventually one day open another sober living like I had before. And help people out, man. I don't know if I can get licensed through the state, but I'll certainly try. I will get it done one way or the other, even if it has to be in someone else's name. It's my goal to help people today. It's a calling, man. I seen Fetters Grove say, "What's with all the drama?" I watched this video, and he's right. Let's not let the world go that way, man. Be the change you want to see in the world. Don't act like everybody else. Don't fall in line with all these self-righteous, more important than you people. In their heads, nothing else is more important than them. Let them cut in line. Whatever. Who gives a crap? Don't be punked, but come on, look at the situation. Don't become part of the problem, man. Stay in the solution. That's what I always say, just stay in the solution. And I have to tell myself that consistently, and I also have to ask to be relieved of the bondage of self. Because as soon as I get stuck back in self, here comes the masks. You know what I mean? I start putting on the mask. And Harriet trips out sometimes because I wear the mask around the house when I'm doing the kitchen or vacuuming. I'll wear a different mask, depending on my mood. And, it's cute because she's got her own little mask, And it's cool to have a partner that's down with your games from time to time, you know? You want to have somebody that knows you for you. And I have that, you know, and I'm very grateful for that. Not everybody does, but you know what? Hang in there, man. Keep pushing. Express yourself. Talk to your partner. Tell them what you need. Don't just be a jackass because they're not doing what you want them to do. You have to tell them, you know, babe, this is what I'd like. Or son, please, this is what you need to do in order for this to occur. Like communication. You know, even in the joint, the shot callers are stuck with so many decisions. I don't use the word shot callers, but the guys holding the keys, they are stuck with so many decisions and so many life-changing decisions. It's not even funny. The same thing goes for the guy out here who's doing 5 to 9 during the day. 5 in the morning, he's up, out of the house, you know what I mean, off to work, and gets home after dark. It's commendable. You know, in the joint, you lay around until you get a work ducket, or you want to be a non-programmer and not program. You get up, you go to chow in the mornings, you know, depending on what type of yard you're on, 2 and 3 yard, 1 and 2 yards. I guess you get yard all the way, you know, they got A1A, A2B. A1A means you have a job and it's a green card. A2B, you have a red card and you have to be, you don't get night yard. You know, you're in by 11, or 1 o'clock is call. I believe it's 1 o'clock. And if you're on hot meds, your EOP, as soon as it reaches 90 degrees, you have to go in the house. They also have an air-conditioned unit, which is pretty nice. But I was thinking today about, yesterday when I was in such a bad mood, I was like, man, all I wanted to do for so many years was just cuddle with somebody and smell their hair, you know? And I got to do that yesterday. So I created some new memories and my attitude changed and, you know, I got some of that good, you know, that's for sure. And just as soon as the attitude changed, so did hers and we became compatible again. You know, I carry part of the problem because I carry a lot of problems up here. We spend a lot of time in our head. Please, please make it as clean a place as you can, you know? Quit looking at all the problems and start looking for the solutions in your head. That's where you'll find some freedom, man. You know, and if you can't find any solutions right then, let the whole situation go for a minute. You know, let it play out how it's supposed to play out. I assure you, the God of your understanding probably has your back. And it's going to play out the way it was supposed to play out anyway. There's no sense in worrying about it. If you have court next week and you're sitting here worrying about it today, it's wasted worry, man. You're wasting your life worrying. I know, I've done tons of it. You know, going before board, there's no board anymore. You don't do that anymore. But before, you used to go before board and you'd be all stressed out. You'd write a letter. And the one thing I wanted to hear for sure was that you know you committed the crime and that you know you're showing some kind of a remorse or whatever. You know, that's something that they always looked for. If you went in there saying, I didn't do it, I didn't mean to, you weren't getting paroled, you know? When you stand up, be a man, accept the crime that you've done, and speak on it, chances were in your favor. Same thing goes out here, you know? I didn't start this video to, you know, preach to you about anything, but I'm just telling you what works for me, how I have to get out of my head and quit being a jackass around the house to my partner. All that does is cause chaos for the day, and I don't need any more chaos. I lived enough chaos, you know. If you lived on those yards where you're always quiet and you're always paying attention and you don't run your mouth because you don't want to get something said or something misconstrued, because trust me, you're with people who have straight hate in their heart 24/7. You know, they're always looking for an excuse to do something foul. And you're usually going to be involved in that. You know, if you're trying to fly with the fellas, you're going to fucking be involved in that. You know, raising your hand. Stupidest things I ever did was raising my hand. Yeah, it earned me a name. You know, earned me a name. Earned me a pouch of tobacco every now and then when I was in the hole or something. You know, they'd load up. 2 kids would load up their fucking glove box, get into a fight, come back to the hole, pass out what we had coming, you know. I'm sure it's the same. So I'm just grateful not to be there anymore. I'm grateful not to be there. And I got to get out of there from in here, because I am there still in my head 24/7. The sentence they gave me, turns out it's probably going to be for life. You know, I'm so grateful to be able to go outside, to be able to smoke a cigarette if I want. I don't have to roll a cigarette, but not pay $50 for a pouch, not get my name put in a list for owing some money, not having anybody to take care of it. Counting on people out here. Oh my God, counting on people out here just for a letter even was a joke. You know, your homeboys, your dogs, your brothers that love you. I love you, brother. Fuck, you never get a kite from them. And if you did, it's only the first year. And then maybe 5 years later, if you shoot him a kite, he'll return something. But that's how it is, guys. It's just how it is, you know? Nobody wants to live that way, I assure you. Nobody wants to live that way. If you want to live with the evil of the evil, you know, that's the place to do it. Keep doing the poor behaviors that you're doing. Or start catching yourself. You know what I mean? And if you don't believe in a God of your understanding at this time, just start asking, you know, can you please present yourself to me? Please. Show me something that I'm worth something to you, you know, and see what happens. See if things start falling together for you. But you have to do the next right indicated thing. You can't ask for these things and then be screwing up and saying, well, see, nothing happened, you know. I'm sorry that this video turned into what it turned into, but, you know, all this talk of prison, like Joey said, I don't discuss prison. I don't sit around discussing it except for on this channel. You know, it's not something that I wear around as a badge of honor that I did all this fucking time because I was stupid. You know, that's the bottom line. I was stupid. I was a dumb kid who wanted to be impressionable. And I made all the foul, wrong moves, you know, and I'm hoping that somebody's going to hear me and not pull that trigger or not put some holes in somebody. I seen just the other day someone got stabbed at Chick-fil-A, you know, an old man too, to boot. Some broad stabbed him like 7 times. An old man. She didn't even know him. They didn't even know each other. He's laying on the floor and he's leaking, and, you know, people are trying to patch him up, but for no reason. Really, it was just for no reason. Because somebody else, the world is full of insane people. You know, you could get caught in a situation that you never came out of the blue. It just came out of the blue. You know, thank you for you guys that are, you know, supporting me on Patreon and helping me with the bed. I really, really can't thank you enough. I'm going to take on a girl's bed as the channel grows. I'm just not going to do it yet. I've been thinking about it, and I just decided that, you know, Harriet's car needs to come first. I need to get some work together. So if you're in the Southern California area and you need somebody to work, I'm a hustler, baby. Whatever it is, get at me at Badgers Heavy Hitters at gmail.com, or you can get at me at P.O. Box 572-875, Tarzana, California, 91357. The P.O. Box and all the PayPal and all that stuff is in the description. Got some badass shirts, you know what I mean? Women are to be respected and children are to be protected. It's a fact, you know? We're not with any sex crimes in there, you guys. It's just not going down, man. There's enough women out there that you can connect with and, you know, hook up with that good that nobody should ever try and take it from somebody. You know, I know how I see these people out here going through rehabs that I've gone through and whatnot, and just seeing the damage that is caused by all that shit, man. Well, my uncle, my dad's friend, horrible shit, man. And I get that same sick feeling inside every time where I just want to hurt somebody when I hear that. And it's not up to me to go after them anymore. You know, it's just not up to me. And they're going to get what they got coming. Karma is a huge thing, man. You guys go check out the Teespring stuff. There's a 10% discount code on there right now. It's available for the next 2 weeks during Christmas time. There's coffee mugs. Man, we come up with some cool designs, guys. So, and if you have any ideas or have any artwork you'd like to send me, badgersheavyhitters at gmail.com. And they'll tell you, I try and get back to everybody. So with all that said, nothing but love and respect. Shout out to all you guys, all right? I appreciate you. And the phone is about to die. So hopefully this will load up. Peace out, guys. And check out the Teespring stuff. P.O. Box 572875, Tarzana, California 91357. Or badgersheavyhitters@gmail.com. Same thing for PayPal, badgersheavyhitters@gmail.com, PayPal. Thank you, guys. You know, please be kind to the next individual, man. Just being kind can avoid a whole prison sentence. Trust me, because just the wrong word can escalate to whatever it escalates to. That's what happened with that old man at the restaurant the other day. The wrong word was said, and it escalated to what it needed to. I'm not telling you to be a punk, definitely not, but don't instigate shit. Try and be kind. You know, I guarantee you, when somebody calls me an asshole to my face and they want to look acting like they want to get busy, I'll tell them, you know what? You might be right, man. I'll have to think about that. You know what I mean? What are they going to say after I've told them they might be right? They're not going to say nothing. They walked away every time. You know, I got all my teeth. I'm okay with my hands. My hands are okay. You know, they're going to get even better because I'm going to start going back to the gym here any minute and getting back into that routine. You know, I just been hoping for the work and then hustling for other work and making sure that everything falls into place. But I do have to find some self-care time. You know, self-care is so important. Some people want it to happen. Some people need it to happen. But heavy hitters make it happen. Nothing but love and respect. Shout out to the whole crew. Peace out, guys.